Well, hey, hello everyone. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Happy Thursday. I'm excited. I live excited, like 10x excitement. But today I'm truly excited because we're going to be talking not just about money, but about 10xing your money, growing it and multiplying it. Wow. I think that's my favorite thing in the equation. So come on in, everyone. Come on in. Please invite a friend. We cannot do this alone. If we're going to succeed, we want to do it with our friends, right? So invite a friend or two or three so that they can learn and glean from this. Some of you might have gotten this notification late because I just decided to add this because of the event that's happening on Saturday. I hope you're coming to that. Oh, that's my phone. Let me just turn it down. But I hope that you're joining us at the Well on Saturday. The Well is downtown Lakeland. And yes, you can drive from wherever. We still have a room. The event is of no cost to you because we have a corporate sponsor who you're going to meet in just a minute. So just come on down and level up your finances, level up your education on that, okay? Saturday, June 29th, it starts at 11:30. And yes, we're starting at 11:29. We have lunch for you, but you must register. Okay. I'm going to give everybody just a minute to come in and enjoy, get their space. I see someone coming in right now. Do forgive me. I have to change something really quickly. I get excited. I get too excited. What? Okay, here you go. I got to get my name right. So thank you again for joining me. Come on in, and invite a friend. So if I see a couple of you, I should see that number growing because you are inviting your friend. So let me tell you why I'm so stoked. I spoke with a couple earlier this week, right? I won't say their names, but we were in a business class at Catapult. And this gentleman, he was just bragging on his wife as being like the smart one in the business. Like, oh, she does everything. She does this and she does that. And it just touched my heart to see a man love his woman and they do business like that together. But one thing that he said stayed with me. He said, you know what? I was a C and D student in class. I'm in school and I did not care. He said, I wanted to remain a C or D student because I just wanted to graduate high school and work. But here comes the but, which cancels out everything else. He said, I was good in math. Math was my A subject. And I'm like, so you were not really a BOD student. Math was his A subject. And he said the reason being is because he wanted to understand the numbers. He wanted to understand money. And I'm laughing, right? And I'm like, hey, I'm mad at you. That's exciting. Me, on the other hand, I was an A student, but math was my D subject. I tell you, I couldn't do math if it was to save my life. And I hated math until I understood that math had to do with money. So invite somebody, come on in. But that story really, really stuck with me. And I realized we need to love math, even if it has to do with us understanding our money and growing our money. Today, we're going to talk about multiplying. So there is the addition, there is the subtraction, multiplication, but today we're going to talk about multiplying. And this gentleman has such an amazing story. I was just excited to meet him. So invite your friends because you don't want to miss this. I can say this before I bring him on, right? Oftentimes we don't do the things we need to do. I want you to come close and listen to me. Oftentimes we don't take action. We don't do the things we need to do because of fear. Well, Paulette, I heard this. Paulette so-and-so said that, but I don't know. I got you. I understand. Fear would hold us back. Fear and shame and uncertainty oftentimes keeps us back, especially when it comes to money. Why am I going to give someone my money? We're not trying to get your money. On this episode today, we're trying to help you make money. I want you to get that. So we're here to help you grow your money, like multiplication, like compound interest, like serious, like proven facts where you're going to get 9-10% interest or more. So invite your family, your friends, and your enemies on this show. I'm talking a lot and you might not know who I am because somebody else might have sent you this link. Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Paulette Rolle-Alesnik. Welcome to the Roll With It show. And I am a coach and a speaker and a multiple streams of income coach. On this channel, we talk about personal finances. That is how to make extra money, how to create and develop multiple streams of income, and how to increase your wealth. You hear that? How to increase your wealth. So now, let me introduce the person who would teach you how to increase your wealth. Listen, don't hold back. Listen, I'm away for a few more friends. We cannot have fear hold us back. We cannot have doing the same old thing hold us back. People, nobody's going to come and save you other than Jesus. We have to do this thing ourselves. We have to make decisions ourselves, and we have to take action. I hope you come on Saturday at the Well, because I would love to help just add value to your life and share with you what I have done. Those of you who know me know I live this. I live what I preach. I live what I'm sharing. Just high performance continually. But you know what I do? I take action. I evaluate the situation and I take action. Let's not be like the fisherman. Have you guys heard this story? There was a fisherman who went fishing, and he's on the lake, and he would catch big fish and then he would throw it back. And then he would catch a tiny fish and he would keep that fish. So he's fishing for hours, right? He's catching the big fish. I mean, huge fish. He kept throwing them back. And he would get these tiny little fishes and he kept them. Off on the shore was a young man watching. Remember, somebody's always watching us. And this young man is like, what is he doing? This is a mystery. This is a conundrum. So the man packed up his cooler with all his tiny, tiny fishes, and he's heading home. And as he's leaving the dock, this young boy ran to him and said, hey, before you leave, I want to understand something. How is it that you stood for hours and caught all these huge fishes? You threw them back, but you kept the tiny fishes. The gentleman said, and this I hope will open our eyes. He says, well, my dear son, it just so happened at home, I only have a tiny frying pan. So though I caught the big fishes, I couldn't use them. I couldn't keep them. I had to throw them back and take the tiny fishes home. So do you understand this story? Many times in life, we throw the big opportunities away. We don't live in our full potential. We don't do all that we can do, not just financially, though today we're talking about finances, but we don't do all that we can do simply because we're used to the tiny pool, the tiny frying pan, and the tiny fish. I want us to lose that mentality and have a paradigm shift. And let me introduce you to somebody who can do it. So, Mr. Wayman, I'm gonna say his name correct. Mr. Wayman Jordan, he's the president of Jordan he'll correct that, LLC. He's been working in finances for 32 years, successfully in financial industry for 32 years. He specializes in guiding families, yay, that's us, towards financial goal. As a registered investment advisor, his approach involves simplifying the complexities of finances and empowering his clients to make informed and confident decisions. And I'll just stop there, because the key thing is he helped families simplify the complexities of finances. Let me tell you, the big people, whoever they are, like to make wealthy or growing your money complex. Like, I don't understand, so we don't do it. But he's here to explain to us how it's simple. We can 10x our money, and it's really not hard. I have learned in my journey that it's really like 5th grade math. So my friends, welcome to the screen. Wayman, hello, sir. How are you?
Hello, Paulette. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm so happy that you can make it on the Roll With It show today. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
You bet. I'm going to throw you right in the deep end, because when I met you, you shared. Yeah, let's just jump in it. We have people on here wanting to hear. If you have questions, y'all, just please put it in the chat and you can ask this gentleman. I want to know why you got into finances 32 years ago. Like, that's not common. Share
Right.
that story with
Right.
me.
Right. So why I got into finances is coming from a family of seven, right? Coming from a family of seven and hearing things like money don't grow on trees. Anybody you ever heard of that, right? Money don't grow on trees, right?
Yep.
Asking about can we go here? Can we go there? No, we can't go. No, we can't go. And the common denominator was always money, right? So
Yes.
I said, okay, to change the family tree, I have to plant the seed. So I decided that I was going to plant the seed to change the family tree so no could turn into yes.
Yes.
And when someone say, does money grow on trees? Yes, if you have a money tree, right? So,
I love
right.
it.
So absolutely. So I decided to get involved in finances. So I educated and simplified it to a process where I could understand and start sharing those simple concepts with my family and friends.
Wonderful. Thank you. I want to say hello to Nova. I see she's on here. She's like, hi. The rest of you can say hello to me if I know you. And even if I don't, just say hi. We want to know that you're here and let us know where you are watching from, whether it's the US, the Bahamas, or somewhere else. Just say hello to us. Thank you. So you told us why you got into it. Now you shared the most amazing story for me because I love children. You talked about your grandson being a millionaire before you and some things like you played some, I guess, made some move on the chessboard to set your grandson up to be a millionaire.
Absolutely.
Tell
Absolutely.
me about that. Tell me about that.
So, people always talk about want to be a millionaire, and we talk about it, we dream about it, and we talk about being a millionaire. So I said, okay, on my way to becoming a millionaire, how can I create and build some wealth for people behind me? And as the good book says, right, leave an inheritance for your children's children. So that's my grandson. So I was told way back that if you put away $1,000 a month and average 12% interest on that for 20 years, it would grow to $1,000,000, right? So when my grandson was born, I started to do that. Being that I was started to do that, I said, okay, wow, man, he's going to be a millionaire at 21. That's now creating generational wealth. I can pass it on. He could pass it on, and the wealth just continues to grow. So I actually started putting away $500 a month for him until he was about 2 years old. And then
Wow.
I started putting away $1,000 a month when he turned 3. Then I started putting away 50. I started increasing it $500 every month, right? So now I think we're up to about $6,000 or $7,000 that I'm putting in a month for him. And I only do that for the next about the next 15 years. And when that happens is he'll be a multimillionaire, and then being able to structure him, that's the money tree, right? So now that's the money tree that his kids will be able to say, Dad, where's the money coming from? And he can say from the money tree. So it really intrigued me because someone told me a simple concept. They just told me just get disciplined and put away $1,000 for 20 years every month. That was $12,000 a year. I was able to do that. So that allowed me to generate $1,000,000. So I said, well, why don't I take, as you said, the multiplication? How do we get the multiplication out of that? And I started to put more than 1,000, so we'll be able to generate more, so he can become multimillionaire.
Okay, so that's how you did it. Now listen, so everybody does not have $1,000 to just put away till they're 21. So let's start with the basics. How much can they start with if they want to build this money tree like you?
All right, so that's a great question, right? Because I talk about I doing it for him because I've been in the workforce and been able to generate income. But when I first got started, I started with $25 a month.
Shut the front
You
door.
can start with $25 a month, right? So I didn't have that up front. So I had started with the 25. Then as my income increased, I went to 50. And then as things started to get better, and the way that I was able to increase it was to eliminate my debt. Because what I was doing was I was paying someone else and not paying myself. So by eliminating my debt, it allowed me to pay me, right? Pay me every month. Instead of paying $100 to the credit card company, I was able to pay me. Instead of paying $500 to the car company, I was able to pay me. So I was
Okay.
able to do that, but I started out with $25 a month because, like you said, everybody can't start out with a lot. But a
Right.
lot of times, the complexity of investing, they say you have to have a lot of money to get started, which is totally
Yes.
untrue. Totally
Right.
untrue. $25 a month can get you started, and there's many different vehicles that you can put that money in. The difference is if you put it at the bank is going to pay you very little.
Right.
You can take
Right.
the same $25 instead of earning 0 to 1% at the bank. You can earn 10 to 12% on your money in the right type of investment, mutual funds, stocks, different things like that. And that makes a difference. And that's where that multiplication and compounding comes in to help you grow
Right.
your money.
See, that's legit right there. That is wonderful. And I want to say hello to my friend Angela, my friend and neighbor Angela. Hi, Angela. Thank you for jumping on. I can see quite a few of you on here. Say hello if you want to. You don't have to. But he said something key. You can start with $25. Now I know most of us women, let me speak for the women on this chat. We spend much more than that on nails, much more just fancy coffee. So you're saying if we just maybe cut out the nails bill or have coffee at home, we could start investing in ourselves and
Absolutely.
compound and like literally, wow.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, absolutely. And those are great examples, right? It doesn't mean that you have to stop doing what you're doing, but
right.
instead of getting a cup of coffee every morning, maybe
Yeah.
get one every 2 to 3 days, right?
There you
Instead
go.
of going to lunch every day, paying for lunch, go out once a week, right? Just cutting back. So that's what I did was to get started was I just started cutting back, right? As I started cutting back, and then that allowed me to be able to start going from 25 to 35 to 50 to 60. So it was a slow incremental advance, but
Mhm.
over time, it made a big difference. And then I
I,
get to the point where it became a part of me. It became
okay.
a part of me. So I wanted to make sure that I started doing that first before I did anything else. So
There you
now
go.
it's to the point where I look at doing all of that first before
Mhm.
I pay anyone else.
Well, definitely, because you're paying yourself. I help you said 9, 10, 12% interest. It just makes sense.
Right,
It
right.
makes sense to me if I can put money away at that interest. I don't know why people keep their money in the bank, and I'm guilty to some degree of that. But I don't understand why in this era people still keep so much money in the bank.
Well,
Why do you
one,
think that is?
one reason, Paulette, is it's a learned behavior.
Ah, okay.
It's a learned behavior. That's what we were taught, right? So that's what we've been taught for 30, 40, 50 years. That's what you continue to do.
Right.
Also, the society puts a fear out there saying if it's anywhere else that you're gonna lose your money. And I'm like everyone else. If I work hard for my money and I hustle for my money, I don't want to lose it. Nobody wants to lose any money, including
Right.
me, right? So
Mhm.
those learned behaviors become a part, and that fear becomes a part of us to where that we don't
Okay.
change, and being
Right.
not changing means stagnation. Stagnation means you're not moving. You got to be moving. Like you said earlier, you got to take action to move.
You got to take action, people. So listen, this is a call. This is a live, and this is just an introduction. If you desire to see him back and have a detailed workshop, please let us know in the chat on YouTube. Continue to invite your family, your friends, whomever. But we can bring him back with all of his slides and all of the paperwork. But better yet, meet us on Saturday. We will be at the well on Saturday. And listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Um, so oftentimes we hear these things. This might not be new or news to some of you. You've heard it before. But what have you done with the information? You know, there's a common phrase, information is, or knowledge is power, or information is power. I don't believe that. I don't quote that. I think applied knowledge is power. Because if knowledge was power, all of us will be beautiful and slim and smart. We would have everything we need because of Google and because of the internet. It's out there. And you can, or books that are on the shelves that are never read. So information and knowledge is not power, applied information. And that is part of what we're going to talk about on Saturday. So come down to the well. The information is on the screen, or you can Google it. It's a no cost to you. We just want to add value to your life. And we like literally want nothing from you. I think those of you who know me well, I don't bait and switch. I believe in up leveling. And I'm going to say this for a moment. Nobody get upset. For my people, meaning my Black community, I have a passion. I have like this pain in my heart when I see the lack of money and I see the repetitive action of my sisters and my brothers. I don't mean my blood sisters and brothers, but my sisters and brothers, year after year after year. Like, yes, we all have bad times. Me, you need to hear my story. I've had a rough life, and I came from a poor family, right? I came from an island. What do we know about wealth? However, 2 years down the road, and 3 years and 5 years, should I be in the same place that I was? No. So I've learned to take action. I've lived my life on the principle of moving forward, failing forward, and constantly taking action so I can live a high performance life. So come and hang with us. There's going to be great synergy in the room on Saturday. We have lunch, we have something, and we don't have anything for the vegan people. So bring your lunch if you're vegan, because we eat meat. We eat meat, I'm just saying. But please join us on Saturday. And I'm going to be in the room. He's going to be in the room. How are you? What are you going to be talking about on Saturday if you haven't covered it? Wait a minute.
Okay, so we're going to actually be talking about how to create wealth, how you create wealth, how you start to build a legacy to leave wealth. So there's a lot of different things that we could talk about on how you create wealth to build wealth and how to protect that wealth. So it's going to be some great synergy. It's going to be some great energy. And as Paulette said, man, come out. Come out. It's not costing you anything. We just want to add some value. We just want to educate you and inform you, man. Educate and inform you. Yes. When I promise you, if you don't get what you want out of there, man, I just don't know. But it's going to be full of excitement, but it's also going to be full of great information. And we're going to be talking about moving, taking action now, and moving in that power. And I'm telling guys, you guys don't know what you have in Miss Paulette. She is awesome. And you're going to get that in person. You're going to get that in person. And you know what, man, I'm telling you, it's a difference than on Zoom and on internet. When you get her in person, it is going to be unbelievable. And then I'm going to be in there just sharing what I know, my knowledge, because I know this. I didn't come from wealth. I struggled. I had hard times.
Yes.
I know the difference, and I know I don't want to go back. I know that, right?
Amen to that.
Difference, right? I don't want to go back, so I got to show you if that's where you want to be, if you want to move and grow, build that wealth, create that wealth, and protect that wealth. You need to be to the well on Saturday at 11:30.
You have to be here. If you're in Lakeland, Tampa, anywhere in West Central Florida, it's not that far. I see my cousin online. He said, hello, everybody. Hi, Demetrius. Thank you so much for jumping on. But truly, Saturday is going to be next level. It's going to be lit. It's going to be dope. Whatever the latest trend is, what the kids say, it's going to be that. I would say money back guarantee if you don't get any from this, except you're not paying for it. And some people might say, why are you doing this for free? What's the catch? Those of you who know me, I think you know how I do what I do. Yes, there's a time to pay. And yes, our programs cost money, but there's a time to give back to the community. There is a time. And when I got invited to share, and I'll share in a minute my story when I talked about my Coming to America story, how Wayman and I connected. I'll share that in a minute. But I believe in giving back to the community. It's just part of what I was taught. Is a part of the blessing of God and the lifestyle of a Christian. You give and you get. So we want to give back to you, and we know our blessing will come that way, right? I said something when I was the speaker at the Black Business Expo. I said, I didn't come to America to play. I did not come to America to waste my time. I came to pursue wealth. I came for a better lifestyle, not the American dream, because I saw that was just like smoke. But I came to pursue a better life and I found it. So why would I leave my beautiful country? Y'all ever see me post pictures of Exuma? It is gorgeous. It is the place to hang out. So why would I leave that to come here? Because I came to pursue a better life so I can help my family there. And that's why I'm here. And this is why I give back. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Put it in the chat if you are coming on Wednesday. Also,
Saturday.
if you want to see him again, we can do a complete 1 hour, hour and a half of this, but we want you to let us know in the chat if you want to hear the details. This is for those of you who are not in the area, like Demetrius from Arizona and somebody else from Cincinnati. If you want to hear him do his complete workshop with his paperwork, let me know in the chat and we can set that up in the days and time to come. Any closing words, sir?
No, I just want to piggyback off what you said is, and one thing that really caught me, like you said, that really attracted us together was when you made that statement about you didn't come here to play, right? And I think a lot of times, because whether we come here, whether we're there or we're here, we just think we have time. We just think that we have time. And time is the one thing that you cannot get back, right? And building wealth and creating wealth and changing your lifestyle takes time. And a lot of us don't want to take a lot of time, but it takes time to build wealth and create wealth. And that's what you're going to get on Saturday. Along with that, with all the expertise, all the energy, all the coaching, all the things that Miss Paulette does, man, I'm telling you, you guys want to be. In fact, you probably want to be there about 11:15. You probably want to be there about 11:15 so you can get the front row seats, because me and her are going to be putting it out there. As the kids say, we're going to be putting it down on Saturday. It's going to be time to roll with it.
It is. You're going to roll with it like this show. And to register is simple. The reason we have you register is so we can prepare for lunch. And that's it. So on the screen, you see my email, which is pra@pauletterollealesnik.com. PRA, that's my initials, @pauletterollealesnik.com. You just shoot us an email and say attending. That's it. Simple registration. We want to remove all the barriers, all the excuses, and hopefully all the fear for you to come in the room so that we can show you like high performance. We are high performers, like continued high performance. It's not like hit and miss. Oh, we had a good year and we had a bad year. We all have bad years. But to live at a level where you're performing because you're taking action, you're hearing the people who are doing the work tell you to do it, then you do it, that's success. And you can have that success. You can live that way and you can have that success, but it takes you taking action. And the first action you should take is to make sure you register to come on Saturday. Paulette, I live far away. We got you. Then your action is to put it in one of the chat. It can be on YouTube because we're on YouTube and Facebook, and let us know, when do you want this man to come back? Well, because you can set up a meeting with him, you can do something with him, you can have a personal one-on-one, or I can be there with you if you want. But y'all be talking personal business. We want to give you the information to help you move your finances forward. So thank you once again for joining the Roll With It podcast. I'm just excited. I'll be here. You can hit me up on Facebook or YouTube if you have any questions. Let me make sure that there are no questions. I said hello to Demetrius and Nova and Angela, and Sister Trust says that makes sense. Thank you, Sister Trust. I don't know who that is, but of course it makes sense. This man knows what he's talking about. But thank you once again. I hope to see you all on Saturday. And if not, you stay blessed. Thank you, Wayman.